In the heart of Africa, there is a land as beautiful as it is harsh, the Maasai Mara. Here, every step could be your last. Here, the strong prey on the weak, and the fight for survival is relentless. Every day is a new battle, where only the ruthless survive. The fight for survival is relentless, and there are no second chances. For the prey, survival means outsmarting the predators. For the predators, it is the line between life and death. From the grasslands to the deadly currents of the rivers, danger lurks around every corner. Every moment here is a fight for survival, where the weak fall and the strong rise. And this is their story. A fight for survival that will test them to their limits. Welcome to the fight for survival in the Maasai Mara, a land where peace is fleeting and danger lurks in every shadow. For the predator, every hunt is a test of skill and patience. For the prey, every moment is a gamble between life and death. In the Mara, it's a game of endurance and stealth. Predators stalk silently, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The hunter's eyes never leave their target, focused on one thing only: survival. But in this relentless pursuit, only one side will emerge victorious. The prey must flee death, while the hunter must catch their next meal or face starvation. For some, the Maasai Mara is a sanctuary. For others, it is a battlefield, and the hunt is about to begin. In the blink of an eye, tranquility turns to chaos, and the relentless pursuit begins. Predators will push their bodies to the limit, while prey will run until they are exhausted. This is the race for survival in the Mara. In the silence of the savannah, a lioness prepares to strike. She moves like a ghost, invisible and unstoppable. She knows that timing is everything. One wrong move and her prey will disappear into the safety of the herd. The target has been chosen, an unsuspecting zebra grazing too far from the herd. For her, this could mean life or death. But prey never lacks survival instinct. In a flash, the zebra senses danger. The chase begins before a muscle can move. With incredible strength, the lioness charges forward. It is a leap, the only chance to catch the zebra before it can escape. It is a race against time and terror. For the prey, every heartbeat is a countdown to survival. The predator inches closer, claws digging into the ground. But the zebra will not be subdued easily. One last leap, but it escapes, leaving the lioness with only the taste of dust in her mouth. This time, the prey wins. In a world of speed, the cheetah reigns supreme. But even for the fastest of the pack, the hunt is a gamble. Every muscle is wired, ready to spring into action, but timing is everything. When the moment comes, the cheetah becomes a blur of motion, fast, deadly, unstoppable. But even the fastest hunter on land has only seconds to make a strike. The impala's instincts kick in, and the chase is on. The cheetah closes the gap with precision, but the impala is no easy prey. It zigzags to throw its predator off course. One swipe almost hits, but the impala suddenly veers sharply, forcing the cheetah to adjust mid-stride. Faced with the cheetah's speed and power, the fight quickly ends with the stronger one winning. The reward for the hunt is a sumptuous meal for the entire group. In nature, survival is not simply about speed or strength. For African wild dogs, it's all about strategy and teamwork. With incredible coordination, these predators operate as a unified unit. Their targets are isolated, and their approach is carefully calculated. Like a well-rehearsed team, each dog knows his role. One creates a distraction while the others position themselves for the final attack. Panic sets in, and the herd scatters. The pack seizes the moment. A wildebeest is isolated, surrounded. Although not the strongest of the pack, with unity and sound tactics, wild dogs are one of the most effective hunters in this harsh land. For them, the outcome of the hunt is the most important thing. Everything else is irrelevant. This is a battle not won by brute force but by strategy. The dogs' coordination is perfect, and their reward is survival. In the heat of the dry season, the river becomes a source of life, but its placid surface hides deadly dangers. The herds of thirsty cattle are unaware of the death that is watching. Every step towards the water brings them closer to the jaws of the predator below. And then, in a flash, the river explodes into chaos. Crocodiles strike with deadly precision, dragging their prey into the depths. Oh! The zebra struggles, but the crocodile's grip is as tight as iron. There was no escape in these waters. When one predator attacked, another followed. The zebras tried their best to escape the crocodile's grip, but their strength was in vain. The crocodiles feasted on their prey, turning the peaceful river into a living hell. Here, survival was swift and ruthless. When the river calmed, the survivors returned. But they knew that this fragile peace was only temporary. The predators would strike again. As the sun sank below the horizon, the battle for survival was not over. A moment of peace was broken by an invisible presence. The predator watched, muscles tensed in anticipation. The prey remained unaware, at least not yet. The lion patiently watched its prey. Its strategy was to wait for the right moment to strike the decisive blow. Every hunt was a battle of wits, where any mistake could cost you your life. Suddenly, without warning, the predator charged. The chase was on, and every second counted. Faced with the lion's might, the antelope panicked, trying its best to defend itself. Its life was now in danger. Cornered, the antelope struggles to survive. But the difference in strength quickly becomes apparent. The antelope gradually weakens, eventually collapsing in despair. For the lioness, it is a hard-won victory. But in the Maasai Mara, survival is only temporary. Tomorrow, the chase begins again. Life here is uncertain, even for the largest and strongest animals. Elephants are gentle creatures, especially the love between mother and child that touches the hearts of many. But danger lurks in the dark. Predators patiently wait for the moment of weakness. The first steps in the life of an elephant calf follow its mother, but this first lesson is harsh. When mother and child face the fierce lions, the ambush begins. The lioness attacks with deadly precision, but the elephants are ready to defend. In Maasai Mara, life is not guaranteed, even for the largest and most powerful animals. With the advantage of size and strength, the mother elephant constantly counterattacks the attacks of the lions. For the mother elephant, this fight is not simply a story of survival, but also a symbol of the sacred love between mother and child. The lions are also very cautious. They do not rush to attack, knowing that their opponent is not easy to bully. In the savannah, even a victory is only temporary. The lions wait, knowing that another opportunity will come. In this land, the fight for survival is never really over. The predator will return, and the fight for life will begin again. In the savannah, even such a victory can be fleeting, as competing enemies are always lurking, ready to snatch the spoils. The lions held their prize, but the hyenas smelled blood. They massed, growing in numbers and confidence. Each move created tension in the air. A pride of lions faced off against a pack of hyenas. This fight was more than food, it was a battle for dominance. The savannah erupted into chaos. Sharp jaws, brutal bites, and desperate roars filled the air. Neither side would back down. But the hyenas had the advantage in numbers. In this harsh land, even lions retreat when the odds are against them. On the savannah, nothing is guaranteed. Even the mightiest predators can fall victim to the relentless hunger of others. The fight for survival never ends. After every battle, scavengers wait in wait. Where there is death, there is opportunity. And no creature is quicker to seize that opportunity than the vulture and the hyena. Vultures descend from the sky, but on the ground, hyenas stake their claim. In this harsh landscape, even scavengers must compete for spoils. For hyenas, speed is of the essence. They must feast before competition becomes fierce, even among scavengers. Dominance must be asserted, the strongest feasting first, while the others fight for the remaining morsels. But as they quarrel, the vultures quietly move closer. When the hyenas are satisfied, the vultures take over. Their efficiency is unparalleled. In minutes, only skeletons remain. In the wild, nothing is wasted. Every death gives life to another creature, continuing the eternal cycle of survival. If we call the lion the king of the herd, then the leopard and the hyena are also powerful predators with superior hunting abilities. The vulture is the most cunning and intelligent opportunist. In the middle of the river, the true giants of the savannah await. But beneath the calm surface, battles for dominance are brewing. When territory is threatened, no one backs down. These giants prepare for battle, and no one will give up without a fight. And then, with a burst of force, the river was thrown into chaos. The two giants were locked in a brutal battle for control. Every blow was a test of strength and endurance. The hippo's fangs, sharp as knives, tore apart its opponent. This fight was not for the faint of heart. Here, in the natural world, even the strongest creatures must fight to maintain their position. The river seemed peaceful, but beneath the surface, power was in flux. Victory had been won, but it had come at a cost. For the vanquished, it was a slow retreat with deep wounds. For the victors, control of the river had been consolidated, at least for now. In the stillness of dawn, danger lurked. The leopard, a master of stealth, approached cautiously, but the river harbored a more deadly predator, the crocodile. A dramatic and suspenseful encounter between the two top killers in the land. The leopard's flexible body helps it to escape the fierce attacks of the crocodile. The leopard is careful not to approach the river bank, because it knows that a single attack from the crocodile can take its life right there. In fact, the leopard is no match for the crocodile. It wisely chose to retreat before it is too late. At another moment, the leopard is drinking water, not knowing that a monster is waiting under the water. Not a single unnecessary move, not a single fatal blow is made by the crocodile. In the blink of an eye, the leopard was gone, leaving its fellows in utter confusion. The river, a lifeline for many species, can quickly turn into a deadly force. The current is strong and unforgiving, sweeping everything in its path to the depths. For animals living near these waters, every crossing is a gamble. The swift current can sweep even the strongest creatures away. But the river is not the only threat. In the chaos, predators are waiting for their moment. The antelope's struggle has attracted the attention of a silent killer. The poor antelopes knew that the river was full of traps and dangers, but they had to cross, because staying meant death awaited. The line between life and death had never been so thin. Perhaps in their minds at this moment, they were only trying to run as fast as possible to escape the call of death. The unfortunate ones would stay, leaving room for others to continue writing the story of survival. In the blink of an eye, the battle was over. The river had claimed its victim, and the predator disappeared beneath the surface. The water continued to flow, indifferent to the lives it had taken. For those who survived, the lesson was clear: the river was both a source of life and a constant danger. Every crossing was a struggle between life and death. In the rivers of Africa, two giants share the water, but there is no peace. The towering hippo and the deadly crocodile are locked in an ancient war. The crocodile lurks in the shallows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Their target is the baby hippo. If they lose sight of it, the consequences can be dire. The mother hippo takes great care of her child, but anything can happen. And then, in a moment of distraction, the baby hippo loses its mother and it is too small to sense the approaching danger. With a swift and fatal attack, the baby hippo could not escape its fate. From afar, watching her child being attacked, the mother's rage became a force that no predator would dare to underestimate. In a confrontation between giants, the brute strength of the hippo was unparalleled. Even the terrifying bite of the crocodile could not compare to that wall of muscle and anger. The rage pushed the mother hippo's strength to the limit, and in the blink of an eye, the crocodile was defeated. Although she had avenged her child, the mother hippo had to live with the pain of eternal loss. Here, even the strongest creatures could not avoid endless pain. On the vast savanna, speed is the ultimate weapon. The cheetah, nature's fastest predator, is eyeing its next prey, ready to pounce in a flash of motion. A colorful blob of fur darts across the grassland. The cheetah's body is built for speed, its every movement honed for the chase. But the savanna is full of surprises. A lion, the ultimate symbol of power, suddenly appears. The cheetah's speed meets the lion's might. Although the cheetah is faster, it knows better than to challenge the king of the savanna. In the battle between speed and strength, brute force often wins. On the savanna, even the fastest cannot overcome the power of nature. The lion triumphs, reminding all who witness why it reigns supreme. In the wild, even the fastest must bow before the strongest. The lion's power is now unchallenged. From above, another predator watches, silent, swift, and deadly. The skies are no safer than the waters below. The harpy falcon strikes with unparalleled speed and precision, hunting from the sky. In the blink of an eye, a life is taken. The falcon's talons grip its prey, giving it no chance of escape. For creatures on the ground, the sky is as dangerous as the waters. Every moment is a battle for survival, whether on land, in the water, or in the air. The harpy, the master of the sky, is merciless in its hunt. Every strike is fatal, every meal a reminder of the brutal efficiency of nature. Even in peaceful moments, danger is never far away. From the ground to the sky, the fight for survival is a constant battle. In these wild lands, predators rule both the air and the water. For those who survive, the fight is never over. Cool, precise, and decisive are the qualities that make the falcon the king of the skies here. In the harshest corners of nature, life hangs by a thread. For animals living in these harsh lands, the greatest challenge is not predators or prey, but simply finding enough food to survive another day. Water is life. In times of drought, a single puddle becomes the most precious resource. But even here, the boundary between friend and foe is divided. Even on the brink of death, danger lurks. Every sip of water could be their last. The relentless need for water brings prey closer to their predators. In these harsh environments, even the smallest creatures must adapt. All living things must endure the heat, seeking shade and shelter from the blazing sun. But nature is relentless. Storms, droughts, and the elements themselves can be deadly enemies. In the wild, shelter is not a luxury but a necessity. During the dry season, the sun burns the skin, while water becomes increasingly scarce. Herds of wildebeest have to work hard to find this precious water source. But at the bottom of the river, there are hidden traps that are more terrifying than the animal's thirst. In the wild, the battle for survival is a daily affair. For the predators, every hunt is a chance to catch a meal, but for the prey, it is a race for survival. A single moment can change everything. The predator waits for the perfect opportunity, while the prey is completely unaware of the lurking threat. In the wild, survival is often decided in a matter of seconds. Speed, agility, and instinct all play a part in the deadly dance of life and death. The wildebeest herd is faced with a choice: either die of thirst, or if they are unlucky, they could become a meal for the crocodiles. The unlucky antelopes will not be able to overcome the deadly thirst, but the remaining ones will continue to write the story of survival, where their lives are not something they can decide for themselves. Every predator knows that not every hunt ends in victory, but for the prey, every day of survival is a small victory in the endless cycle of life and death. The surface of the water seems calm, but hidden beneath, danger lurks, motionless, waiting for the perfect moment to attack. A herd of antelopes approaches, completely unaware of the ambushing predator. Here, even a mistake can lead to death. Silent, patient, the crocodile is a master of ambush. It knows that its time is near. In these waters, even the quietest moments can hide deadly traps. For the crocodile, every day is a hunt, and for the prey, it is a race against time. In this kingdom, the water is never safe. The predators lurk below, waiting, always waiting. In a moment, the water explodes. The predator attacks, dragging the helpless victim down. It is a death spiral. There is no escape from the crocodile's jaws. The herd of antelope flees, but for one, it is too late. In the Mara, silence does not mean peace. It indicates the fragile boundary between life and death. Even large, powerful animals like elephants cannot escape the harshness of the weather. In order to survive, elephant herds are forced to migrate in search of food and water. However, not all members have enough strength and endurance to make these dangerous migrations. Especially the baby elephants, hunger and exhaustion during the journey have caused them to collapse. The mother elephant tries her best to help her beloved child overcome this difficult and dangerous period. The image of a heartbroken mother elephant looking at her child really makes us think. There is nothing more painful than seeing your child just survive the harshness of this world. The baby elephant collapsed, gasping for breath. It seemed that the baby elephant could not survive any longer. The mother could only stand by and watch her child helplessly. Not everyone can understand this pain. In that miserable moment, the mother was forced to make the most difficult decision, to leave her child behind and continue moving with the herd, because she knew that if she stayed, not just one but the whole herd would be in danger. After the rain, the sky cleared up again. The dark days of the drought were finally over. Mara returned to its original rhythm. The surviving creatures were full of spirit to start a new life. Having endured the harsh weather, it seemed that both predators and prey here felt a strange comfort. The sky and scenery of Mara today are stunningly beautiful, as if they had just changed into new clothes after dark days. Although we know that here, peace is just a small thing, even a distant dream, perhaps at this moment, all the animals wish that time would stop so that they could feel this moment more clearly. However, all dreams will eventually end and return to reality. Life in Mara is a constant battle, where every victory must be exchanged and every life hangs in the balance. Despite facing countless difficulties, wild creatures continue to exist, thrive, and inspire. As the sun sinks below the horizon, a familiar picture fades into darkness. The rules of survival change as the light fades. For some, nighttime is a signal to rest, but for others, it is the start of the hunt. Antelopes like zebras must be on the alert. The darkness brings new dangers, predators lurking in the shadows. As the light fades, nocturnal creatures emerge from their hiding places, ready to take advantage of the darkness. For predators like leopards, nighttime is opportunity. Stealth and patience determine their next meal. In the dark, the battle for survival becomes more tenuous than ever. Every shadow hides potential danger, and the true test of endurance begins. In the dark of night, the most powerful predators emerge. Silent, invisible, yet deadly. For the leopard, darkness provides the perfect cover. It waits for the right moment to strike. Patience is the ultimate weapon. Hyenas stalk the shadows, working together to exploit any weakness they detect. They hunt in packs, coordinated and ruthless. For the lion, night is when the hunt begins. They work together in perfect harmony, each member playing their part in this deadly game. Night belongs to the predators, and for the prey, there is no safe haven. It is the ultimate test of survival. As the predators claim their spoils, nature prepares for another night of relentless life. In the dark of night, survival becomes a delicate balance. Prey must be ever vigilant, knowing that every shadow may harbor a predator. Sometimes, there is no warning. In a flash, prey must flee, relying on speed and agility to escape the clutches of death. But even the fiercest predators must think twice when faced with the determined defense of a pack. The night is a test of courage for both predator and prey. In the dark, survival is a millimeter-by-millimeter battle, where even a misstep can mean life or death. In the silence of the night, battles still take place, often unseen but no less fierce. The fight for survival is not limited to predator and prey. Sometimes, it is about who will dominate the land. For these lions, the night brings a battle for control. The winner will not only take the territory, but also the leadership. In the wild, no territory is safe. Every inch of land, every drop of water is fought for. And in the dead of night, the stakes are higher than ever. While the kings of the night fight for power, other hyenas wait patiently for their own opportunity. The spoils of war often attract more than just the victors. As the sun dips below the horizon, the Maasai Mara begins to fall silent. But the peace is fleeting. This land knows no rest. For the predators who rule the day, dusk signals the end of one battle and the beginning of another. But for the prey, survival never rests. Every sip of water, every step, could be their last. Lurking in the shadows, hidden predators wait, ready to pounce on any opportunity that comes their way. Life here is relentless, merciless, and breathtakingly beautiful. The story of the Maasai Mara is far from over. Here, survival is not just a daily challenge, but an endless dance between predator and prey. And so, another day in the Mara ends, but the fight for survival continues. Under the stars, in the dark. Until the dawn of a new day. This is the Maasai Mara, where life and death are intertwined in a constant battle. Join us next time to explore the untold stories of survival in the wild.